You've introduced legislation that would help property owners remove squatters. What led you to introduce the bill? What is its status?
Well, we had some constituents who made it pretty clear that they had a problem on their property, the Summit Waller Midland area. It shouldn't take going through endless legal hoops to resolve a squatter who's on your property. Property rights of property owner should outweigh the rights of anybody to stay on your property without permission. So we had a number of neighbors in that area contact us, and we said we need a bill that will give some new tools to property owners and to law enforcement to deal with squatters, to make sure that we're upholding property rights. There's a companion bill in the Senate that is moving, and I think that will ultimately become the vehicle. We're hoping that that will get out of the Senate quickly. We can get that through the process here in the House and get it to the governor's desk.
House Republicans and the Higher Education Committee are working on cost-saving measures. What are some of those proposals?
Well, we've had a number of proposals over the last few years, a couple that we're working on this year. One, I've got an efficiencies bill that I've worked with the institutions to put together to take away duplicative reporting requirements, to make institutions more flexible in how they do procurement and capital budgeting and planning. We also have a package of textbook bills to make textbooks more affordable for students. We did a historic thing last year in reducing college tuition. I think we'll remember that as something that we look back on as a major milestone in the 2015 budget. But we have to do a lot more to make sure that college is affordable for families and for students, and textbooks is a big thing. The Washington Student Achievement Council says that the average student is paying over $800 a year in textbooks and other materials. So we need to bring that cost down. Melanie Stambaugh has a bill that would put together an open course pilot program for Washington State. Jesse Young from the Gig Harbor area has a bill that would create tax incentives for developing open course materials. And Representative Luann Van Werven from Whatcom County has a bill that would make sure that costs are transparent, that students know what they're going to be paying for textbooks before they register for classes.
It isn't all about bills and committee hearings in Olympia. Give the viewers a description of one of your days during the legislative session.
Well, just yesterday was a very busy day. Started out with King 5 interview about the squatter bill that I just mentioned, and then had a number of different meetings with constituents, had a woman down to talk about multiple sclerosis, had some constituents talking about higher education, talking about housing and homelessness issues. We had firefighters in town. The Chamber of Commerce put on a lunch. I went to a media briefing at lunchtime as well, and was able to talk about some higher education issues at that time. That evening we did a telephone town hall. A number of constituents participated in that. We also had a bill hearing for one of my bills in higher education, so it was a busy day. And then to top that all off, there was a reception that the firefighters who were in town put on at the Red Lion Hotel, and they're often evening events that go on in Olympia that allow you to interact with constituents and keep up the conversations that started during the course of the day.